The world is coming into the space of instant manifestation. Like, imagine collectively we all fall into this surrender mode. You know what I thought about the other day? I was sitting down thinking about projectors and the way we operate, our strategy, our invitation, how we're supposed to wait on being invited into situation. And I kid you not, I realized how closely it mirrors the manifestation process. Like, when you think about manifestation, you think about trusting yourself, you think about getting yourself in a place where you're aligned and moving off of inspired actions. Projectors, we are told to be in perfect alignment so that we could be recognized and seen and then invited towards these experiences. I see the similarities in what it takes to manifest your desires and what it means to be a projector, to move as a projector, to operate as one. Kind of inspires me to embody the sacred pause and the waiting, and to fully throw myself in this experience of having patience, having trust, to fall into that flow of my strategy. Like manifestation, trust, alignment, taking inspired action. Projectors, trust, alignment, wait for the recognition. I remember when I was in between jobs and applying like crazy, applying to a point where I started applying to places that I knew I didn't even want to work at. And I remember how that felt. I felt like I was getting consistent rejections more than I was getting invitations to interviews. But like being invited, for example, is me honing into my skills and showcasing them regardless of what, just showcasing it, being open about what I do, what I know, and someone looks at me as a resource and says, hey, I want to connect you here, or hey, I think you should apply there, or hey, my boss is, or my job is hiring and I feel like you'll be the perfect fit. You see the difference of alignment versus not alignment? Same thing for manifesting. The more you chase after certain things, it's like it pushes it away. It makes it far out of reach. Why? Because that energy of chasing is basically saying, I don't think this could happen for me. I don't think that person is for me. I don't think this opportunity will happen for me. So now I feel the need to chase. Now I feel the need to force. Because although it's not happening, now you start to feel more inclined. You start to feel desperate. Nothing great comes out of moving out of that energy. Even if you was to get a yes, it'll most likely be temporary. It'll come with some shit. Then you start to realize why that shit was so hard to gain in the first place. And here's another similarity. Like, when it comes to manifestation, you're told to step out of your own way, to allow things to unfold. Sometimes you don't want to be too focused and like overthinking on the thing. You want to give it some space and go focus on something else. Keep yourself busy or keep yourself occupied with other things, because the more you prolong on that thought, especially when it's coming from a place of I don't have it yet, the longer it takes for that thing to happen. Same thing with projectors. We're supposed to get out of that consistent putting in work and grinding energy more into a receptive flow where we're so confident that things are going to happen for us that it just does, because we're moving that way already. We're operating as is already. We're way too busy focusing on studying and mastering our skills, learning, exploring, having fun, that we don't even realize the time it takes for the things to come through for us. because we're so busy occupied with life as is. It's just like, are you guys getting the similarities? Like, doesn't it make you want to lean more into your projector energy? Doesn't it make you want to be like, wow, me operating more like that is a bonus, because that's how manifestation works. Like, it's amazing. I really thought about that today. I was like, I have to share this with you guys. I could share some moments where I felt like as a projector, I feel like it's so important that we trust the way we feel, that we lean more into our bodies and not too far into our mind, because our mind has this way of just trying to make everything logical. And to be honest, when I realized and got feedback that our mind only knows what we have already experienced, what already was, so as we're building towards new experiences, we won't really know what's coming next for sure until it happens. That's when I'm just like, why stress myself, worry or worry myself about the unknown? You know, why not put myself in this explore mode where it's like I be here right now. I enjoy the now, like the present moment. And I have fun with what is. I deal with things as they come. And I keep just visualizing the best, you know, keep my hope alive for the best. And I anticipate the best because I know that conviction. I know this is my route. I know this is, the feeling is so strong. There's just no other way. And if anything, it'll most likely be better than what I imagined. There's a couple of times where I've seen the synchronicities. I've seen the difference when I am in that flow like energy versus an energy of force. One feels super heavier, the other feels more lighter, the other feels more like I'm more settled. It's kind of like knowing tomorrow's going to be a certain day. Like if today's Monday, tomorrow's going to be Tuesday. Versus not knowing specifically what will happen tomorrow. One comes with a certain anxiety or like a curiosity, and the other is just strictly knowing. And the fact that how we operate is basically what the world is slowly but surely falling into place to operate as. It's kind of like the world is coming into the space of instant manifestation. Like imagine collectively we all fall into this surrender mode, this wait for an invitation mode, or following our instincts and moving by inspired action other than force. It's like this world would literally be heaven on earth. Like this sense of urgency that I feel for myself, but also what I pick up from other people, it's just like everything has to happen right now. Everything has to be moving right now. If it's not moving, we're dying. If it's not moving, oh my God, we're stuck, we're stagnant. If it's not moving, and it's just like, you could literally feel your cortisol levels just rising because of that. Like imagine every day just feeling like you have to get up and you have to be on. And if you're not on, you're fucked. Like that's a sucky way to live, but that's how a lot of people have been living these days. And now we're getting into an era where life is not going to require that anymore. So I can only imagine how uncomfortable it will feel for some people to fall into that inner trust, that trust within self, to make that a habit. I wouldn't say it will be easy at first, but I really think it will change some things. Yeah, so guys, how do you feel about that? Let me know if that's something that ever came across your mind, because it did, and I was like, yeah, I needed to share this with you guys. It just reminds me that us, by simply being and us falling into our pleasure and our excitement, what makes us light up, is like, that's all we need. All we need is our light. All we need is to shine our inner light. Like, we're just lighthouses, like showcasing everything that we're feeling from the inside, right? And trusting that that is enough. Trusting that that is all it takes for us to land wherever it is we want to be, right? There's no need to prove or work so hard to prove. Like, why are you out of breath? You're running out of breath. You're going crazy. You're driving yourself crazy. Missing these beautiful moments that you will never get back again because you're trying to run to some invisible finish line. You're trying to make it to some invisible finish line on somebody's schedule time. Because who said that what you need to happen, what you desire to happen, needs to happen right now? Why does it need to happen right now? Do you see how that pushes you out of your flow, of your higher self? Because now you're moving from this sense of desperation to get somewhere, because you believe you have to get there a certain time in. Because if you don't, you're going to lose it. If you don't, it's going to be too late. If you don't, it's just not going to happen. But like, look at the intention. Look at what you're starting out with. Of course it's not going to happen, because you're moving and you're making choices. Choices create things. You're making choices. I need to actually write that down. Choices create things. You're making choices from an energy that is desperate. It's not out of love. It's not out of trust. It's not out of faith. So your results is definitely going to reflect the intention that you made. It's going to reflect what energy you made your choices in. Seeing how our strategy and our authority, how we just operate, quite mirrors the manifestation process. He doubles down on the fact that all we gotta do is receive. We don't gotta work so hard, and we don't have to go out of our way for what's rightfully ours. All we gotta do is be. Enjoy life and be. Enjoy life and be. Enjoy life and be. Like, the way that we live is a manifestation itself. Like, we're literally manifesting as we go. As we get that bright idea and we act on it, that's a manifestation itself. As we trust that the outcome is going to be in our highest good, that's a manifestation itself. When we detach from the need of figuring out how and when this is going to happen, that's a manifestation itself. Like, the more that we rest in our truth, the more that what we want will magnetize to us. I highly believe the more that we settle our nervous system and fall into line with who we are, the more things will be clear, and the more that we choose to make our choices in that confident energy, the better the results would be. We're not here to do more. We're here to be deeply aligned with our true nature and to move with clarity. That's it. And that right there is the manifestation process. So let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like the projector energy type is similar to the manifestation process? And now that this information came on your radar, how do you feel like moving forward with what you know? I want to know all the deets in the comments below. I hope you guys have a great day. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. See you guys in the next video.